Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. These are channel messages. As I talked about before, I am shortening my videos, breaking them up instead of doing one big video. I think that would be easier for me and for you in terms of me doing it and in terms of you consuming. Okay. It is Friday. I hope you had a restorative week. I hope you are able to manage your stress as well as you could. My week was a bit stressful. As you well know, I lost Scooter. Thank you for the well wishes. I greatly appreciate it. I'm doing okay. You know, grief is hard, but I am thankful we got a lot of time with him. Okay, so moving on from that, I wanted to do channel messages separately because you guys seem to really enjoy the channel messages. I enjoy doing them. So I figured let me make a separate video for channel messages. So I think I'll be making 2 videos. The first channel messages and another video with readings for the day. Okay, I'm still working it out. Still may keep the same schedule. It may shift a bit, but probably maybe not. I'm not 100% sure. Okay, I'm fine-tuning things. So, but here we are. What else? Everything I say here is for entertainment and informational purposes only. Everything I say here is alleged, even in the comments. Okay? Also, if you want a personal reading, you can click in the description of this video and the link will be there. If you have no idea what I'm saying, just simply email me moonlightenrgy15@gmail.com and I will send you the link. Okay? Alright, so I'm doing it very differently this time only because I'm short for time. So what I'll be doing with the channel messages is you'll be able to watch me channel. Okay, so I won't be doing this all the time. I'm doing this because I wanted to just start recording because I'm starting a little later than usual. And so I said, let me just channel while I'm recording and see how it goes. Okay, so I plan to channel 3 people. Kamala Harris, my spirit guide, Federick Douglass. I wanted to touch base with him. And President John Adams, the 2nd president of the United States. Okay, so I'm going to start with him. And I already did my pre-ritual before I get into this energy. I already did that before recording, okay? So we're just going to jump right in. So I'm going to ask to be connected to John Adams. Let me just sit here for a moment. So as I'm doing this, I'm just going to tell you how the conversation is, what he's saying to me. Okay. Okay. That's but he has a very distinct voice. He said, "Hello, Kimberly." I'm talking to him in my head. Sometimes I'll say things out loud. Okay, guys? So if I'm silent, I'm trying to hear what they're saying. I might be even having a conversation in my head with them. Okay, I have some questions to ask. Do you mind if I ask them? He said, of course you can. His voice is so distinct. It sounds like booming a little bit. Okay, so my first question is, what do you think of the current status of the U.S.? He's saying the current status of the U.S. is a crime. Everything, bear with my writing, guys, is so divided. I am not sure how that came to be. He says the current status, that's how he sounds. The current status of the U.S. is a crime. Everything is so divided. I am not sure how that came to be. Okay? He's saying more things. He's referencing, he keeps referencing Great Britain. He's saying we were united. We fought for our freedom, he's saying. And he's saying it looks as though you will too. We were united, we fought for our freedom, and it looks as though you will too. Okay. He's saying more things. He's standing, what he's doing, he's standing. He has a, you know what they wore back in those times, his petticoat, and he has his hands on it. Both his hands holding his jacket. And he has one leg out. And his body is swaying a little as he's speaking. Interesting. He's saying these are trying times for you. He said your government is not united. He said, how did this happen? He knows how it happens, but he's just sort of like exasperated. Interesting. These are trying times for you. Your government is not united. How did this happen? He's saying something about opposition. What are you saying? He said the opposition faced here is great. These are dark times. The opposition faced here is great. These are dark times. It feels as though he's it feels like he is troving through history as I'm talking to him, like looking at everything very quickly, referencing things, looking at it, shaking his head, saying like, what, how did this happen? Okay, I'm gonna ask my next question. He stopped. What do you think of Donald Trump? He's laughing. He's saying, "Lo." I don't know what that means. Lo, he's saying. What is that reference? Old-timey reference. Let me Google real quick. He's saying, "Lo." A reference to lo and behold. Is that what you meant? It's like, yeah, he's saying like, look. That's so interesting. L-O is what he's saying. Lo. Okay. He's saying he's questioning. He's saying Donald Trump is the president of this country. And he's confused. He's asking rather. He's very confused as to why he's president. He's frowning. He's saying, how can a man such as he come into power? That's what he's saying. How can a man such as he? That's how he's speaking. Come into power. How can a man such as... That's what he sounds like. Very distinctive. It feels devastated. How can a man such as he come into power? Well, President Adams, I have a story for you. Okay. He's saying more things. He said, that man is egregious. That man is egregious. He's saying, he is a mark on our history. He's saying an enemy. He should not be president. An enemy. An enemy. an enemy who does not belong, he said. Who does not belong. He's so confused, like, this is wrong. He's shaking his head and he's looking. It feels like he is looking at a document. Now he's showing me, he has glasses and they're on the tip of his nose, and he's holding something and looking up and down at something, and is so confused. That man is egregious. Egregious. He is a mark on our history, an enemy who does not belong. That's what he's saying. Why doesn't he belong? Why do you feel he doesn't belong? Oh, he said, I don't feel, I know. Okay. I don't feel, I know. Why do you know? I don't feel, I know. Okay. Why do you know? He's looking at something. He said, look at history. He said, a look at history. Let me write this down before it goes away. A look at history. Then he said, all chosen presidents are perfect, but this man is not. He's saying, like, it's not normal that he's the president. Like, it's wrong. It doesn't fit. That's what he's saying. He doesn't belong, he said. Interesting. He doesn't belong. A look at history. All chosen presidents aren't perfect, but this is wrong. He doesn't belong. He's just like, there's a frown on his face and he's shaking his head. He feels, if I could feel in his energy this worry of, like, things have turned on its head. You feel worried. Why do you feel worried? He's saying the vision I have for this great nation. It's not like he's saying, I keep hearing him say, hasn't come to pass, but in his energy I could feel that's not exactly what he means. He recognizes the growth and the strength, that he envisioned. But he's saying, because of all the terribleness, it's not what he envisioned. And so there's disappointments. And worry. The things I envision for this great nation did not come to pass. I just heard him say things will need to change. He's looking at it feels like he's looking at the core of our country and what it's built on. I know he didn't own slaves, the enslaved, and he criticized the movement of enslaved, of slavery in this country. Him and his son, from what I understand. Interesting. That's what he's sort of referencing. Like, again, it's like a Rolodex he's looking through. Like, he's doing something important up there, because he's looking at history almost on fast forward, like referencing things and showing me where his worry and disappointments. Interesting. He's showing me the civil rights movement. He's showing me the violence and the terror. He's showing me now the division, and referencing the Constitution of what he envisioned for it. Crazy. That's what he's saying. Or showing me, rather. He's not saying anything now. Do you think Donald Trump will last as president? He's like, how could he? That's what he's saying. And he's not answering me fully. It looks again like he's evaluating something. That's so fascinating. What are you looking at? How could he? He's saying, I believe, this is how he's speaking, as he's reading something and looking at it, up and down, his base is going, his head is going up and down. And he's saying, I believe this man has already been exposed. Talking about Donald Trump. He's saying, there's a clear picture here. There's a clear pattern. And he won't show me what he's looking at. It's a long page, but he won't. He's just looking up and down, up and down. There's a clear picture here, he's saying. What is the pattern? He's saying, now he's saying, take caution. He is greedy. He said, he said, take caution. Interesting. He is greedy, he said. Then he said, then I heard him say there are people protecting him. There are people protecting him. But he will not show me what he's looking at. And he keeps looking over at me. He's saying now, he put the paper down and he's saying he will be caught. He's saying he will be caught. Then he said, do not worry. Then he said again, things will need to change. Things will need to change. As he was going back, not him going back, but going back. As he was looking at this form or whatever he's analyzing, looking up and down at, and he was speaking like looking at it and saying, "Oh, I see here. He'll be caught. There's a pattern." He's like saying things out loud, but won't tell me what he's looking at. That's funny. I'll ask, what can we do as a collective, as U.S. citizens? He said there's plenty you can do. He said protect the Constitution. He said he's saying that is in the most danger. He just said that is in the most danger. He said it will be safe, but it is in danger. Oof. He said it will be safe. It will be safe, but it is in danger. And then he said the people must not stand for he said treason, and then he said tyranny. How do you spell tyranny? I always spell it wrong. Okay. All right. It will be safe, but it is in danger. The people must not stand for treason or tyranny. That's what he's saying. There's plenty you can do. I'll read that again. There's plenty you can do. Protect the Constitution. That is the most, wait, that is in the most danger. It will be safe, but it is in danger. The people must not stand for treason nor tyranny. Wow. Should I ask him about Kamala? I'll do that. What do you think of Kamala Harris? He's quiet. What do you think of Kamala Harris? He's saying low again. Low, I heard. Okay, he said she is a beauty. All right. Interesting. Outside of that, he's marveling at the fact that a woman has run for president. That's what he's doing. I thought I'd never see a woman run. He's marveling at it. I thought I'd never see the day a woman would run for the presidency. Okay, now he's getting to it. She said she is intelligent. She has power behind her. She has a gift, he said. He said she could bridge the gap between, she can bridge the gap between the division. She is intelligent. She has power. She has a gift. She can bridge the gap between the division, meaning the division of the country. Interesting. Very interesting. He's saying more. I asked him in my head, do you think she'll be president? That's interesting. He's saying she will not be your president, but she will be your leader. He's saying that she will be your leader, like the country. What do you mean by that? What do you mean? Okay, hold on. He's saying something. I just want to write this down. Be your leader. He's saying something about the presidency. He said the presidency is more than just, he said the presidency is more than just an office. It is a state of being. Okay. That's what he said. The presidency is more than an office. It is a state of being. Okay. She will not be your president. She will be your leader. The presidency is more than an office. It is a state of being. Interesting. So he's not saying she won't be the president, but he's being philosophical. Okay, nice. Okay, I'm going to end the connection. Thank you, President Adams, for connecting with me. He said, "You're welcome, Kimberly." Okay, goodbye. Okay, oof, that was John Adams. He started by a window and gazing out into it. Then he was referencing everything, like a Rolodex, all the history, assessing, looking, making judgments, evaluating, looking before answering. Very powerful presence, very strong presence, very distinct voice, almost like when he was speaking, like he was giving speeches. Disappointed, confused, but as he was looking at everything, it felt like he started to understand more, hoping things will change. There's like no anger or anything like that, just upset, like, dang, this is not what I envisioned. That's it. That's all I felt. He's doing something up there. He has this, I don't know if it could be something a gift he had, I'm calling it a gift, but a skill he had when he was alive. He could look at things, multiple things at once, information, very good at, I don't know a lot about John Adams. I know some things, but I need to look that up and see if the people know, historians, that he can reference something. He has it felt like in his energy that he could hold so much information, a wealth of information, that he could reference multiple things at once and quickly make an assessment and a decision. That's what it felt like. Really, really intelligent. Very fascinating. Okay, let's go to Frederick Douglass. I have one question, maybe two, deciding on what he answers. Okay. All right, so let me just sit here for a moment. Okay. Hello, Kimberly. Sorry, but hello. It feels like his energy feels like it's right at the base of my skull. Okay, Frederick. For those of you who don't know, Frederick Douglass, the Frederick Douglass, is one of my spirit guides. So my question, I'm sure you know my question. What do you feel is the current status of Donald Trump's energy? He's saying a lot. He said the status of Donald Trump's energy is that he has weakened. I'll do it in his voice. The status of Donald Trump's energy is that he has weakened considerably. He said his energy was weak before, but his power remained, and now both his energy and his power have weakened considerably. Let me write that down. No. Okay. I'll repeat what he said. The status of Donald Trump's energy is that it has weakened considerably. His power had remained, meaning before. He said his energy was weak before, but his power remained. And so now both his power and his energy have weakened considerably. And you would think, well, energy and power, he means his power and his status. His power have weakened because of his mistakes. He said yes. Yes. He said yes. He is still a bagman though, but now he looks foolish. He is still a bagman though, but now he looks foolish. He is still a bagman though, but now he looks foolish. He always looked foolish, but something is different. He's saying more things. He said he will try to persecute and blame others for his foibles. He will try to persecute and blame others for his He said he is in supreme humiliation. I love that for him. He is in supreme humiliation. He said he will try to persecute and blame others for his foibles. He is in supreme humiliation. He said, but that will not hinder him. He's saying a lot. He's talking. But that will not hinder him. He said only the truth will. Which is, what is the truth? What is the truth? I keep these cards as a reference also for later. What is the truth? He's referencing, he's saying a lot of things. He's saying stuff about tyranny, interestingly enough. And it's treason, but it feels deeper than that. He's showing me a computer. He's not I heard words, but he's showing me images. What is that? I asked, what is the computer? He said, this is how the truth will come out. Okay. I said, when? He said, very soon. When? He said, very soon. Very soon. He keeps showing me the computer. And strangely enough, it doesn't look like a regular computer. It looks old, but it's not for some reason. It kind of looks like, it does look old, but for some reason it's not an old computer. And I don't know what kind of computers they have in like regular computers. It feels like it's a special computer. What is it? He just said, I can't tell you that. Why not? It feels like something from the military. I guess what it feels like. It's not. It looks like it's a computer that is. It looks old. From the 80s, but it's not from the 80s. It's a special sort of. He's showing me, but he's saying I can't tell you what that is. Just that this is how the truth will come out. Interesting. The computer has like a small screen, and it looks like it's from the 80s, but it's not. I could feel it in the energy that it's not really old. Okay. Let me ask about Kamala. I asked, is her energy still pointing to her being president? Is the energy still pointing to her being the president? He said yes. There's still a long road, though. Wait, hold on. He stopped. Real quick, he stopped talking because I interrupted him. Sorry. Okay, he said yes. There is still a long road. A lot will happen, he said. And I also heard a lot will come out. But it feels like he's like, there will be confusion. there will be confusion, he's saying. And he's saying there will be a pause where they won't know what to do, meaning the government. Interesting. There will be confusion and a pause. They will not know what to do. I'm asking him, will there be violence? And he's saying yes and no. He's saying yes and no. It feels not pandemonium. Perhaps pandemonium, he's saying. He's saying that word, pandemonium. But it's brief. As quick as it happens, it ends just as quickly. He said yes and no. And then I heard pandemonium. And I don't even know how you spell pandemonium. That's okay. As soon as it happens, it's over quickly. And he's saying, then there will be calm. And then they will know what to do. Then there will be calm. And then they will know what to do. This is the first time it feels different in that I'm looking at this and what he's saying and showing me, and it feels like we've moved somewhere else now. And where are we at time? Okay, I'm almost done. And he's saying like there'll be a pause because there'll be so much confusion. It doesn't feel that shocking thing is there, but now it feels different. It'll be so much rapid energy and people being reactionary, and his supporters, I feel it in the connection that he's referencing them, this pandemonium. But as quick as it happens, it ends just as quickly. So it doesn't feel like super dangerous, but there'll be so much confusion and a long I'm not sure long, but a delay nonetheless. And there may not be, I'm not sure if there'll be someone. There will be someone, but I see a lot. He's showing me like, what do we do? What's happening? Like confusion before deciding, okay, this is what we'll do moving forward, whatever that is. But it leads to somehow Kamala. We'll see. Okay, I'm gonna thank you, Frederick. You're always here with me, so I don't, All right. Kamala Harris. She's the last one. Okay. I only asked her. She was so happy. Her energy was so. I'm gonna do a reading. Not really a reading, but on the next video, I'll talk about her speech. Alright, so the first thing I asked her was, in her speech, she said things will get worse before they get better. And I always said that. I always, I think a lot of readers and, well, psychics rather, have said that. Okay. And I asked her, what did you mean when you said things will get worse before? Well, I'm asking her now because I can feel her energy rolling up here. What did you mean when you said things will get worse before it gets better? She said, hi. Hi. I just jumped right in. She said, well, it's obvious. We are in the worst part of it. We are in the worst part of it. And she's saying he is in the worst part of it for himself. That's what she's saying. She's saying failure after failure after failure. But then she's saying, but he still caused a lot of damage. But she said trauma. She said, well, it's obvious. We are in the worst part of it. He is in the worst part of it for himself. And then she said, failure after failure after failure. But he still caused a lot of trauma. Okay. I said, will you still challenge Trump? Or I'm asking her now. Will you still challenge Trump? Boop. She said, I already have. He has no clue, she said. She said, I have consulted on court cases. I have consulted. Meaning cases that he has been taken. Interesting. She's laughing, saying, I have been busy. I have been busy, she said. She's saying something else about this question. She's saying he doesn't know what's coming to him. She said not just from me, but something bigger than me. What's bigger than her? Is it about the election? She said yes and no. She said it's about multiple things. You know, the thing when I'm channeling people who, it's harder for me to channel people who are alive, talk to their higher selves, because it feels like it's more static. Like when I'm channeling someone who has passed, they feel more willing to show me something or to say something, which I find interesting. Because she doesn't want to, she's being vague. And I could tell in her energy that she won't tell me. Will he be exposed for election fraud? She said yes, but not now, soon. She said other things need to fall in place. She said right now there are more important things to be dealt with. I could see that. Yes, but not now. Other things need to fall in place. There are more important. What's more important than that, though? There are more important things to be dealt with. Like what? She's giving me a list. The security of our country. The national security. The security of our citizens. Safety measures. She's like listing off. Okay. Safety measures, she's saying. She said things are tight and things are dangerous. Security of our citizens. Safety measures need to be in place. Things are tight. Things are tight. And things are dangerous. Okay. Yeah, I could feel that. I could feel it. Interesting. She got very serious when she said that. So, just to rewind, and she said, I asked her, will he be exposed for election fraud? She said yes, but not now. Other things need to fall into place. There are more important things to be dealt with. And I asked her, what? She said, security, national security, security of our citizens, safety measures need to be in place. Things are tight. Wait, what does that say? Things are tight, things are dangerous. And she was very serious. Okay, Kamala, thank you. Okay, that's it. A little over an hour, but that's okay. I'll get better. So just again, I will be doing these channeled messages separate in a separate video, one, and two, I'm not sure I'll be channeling on recording, but maybe. I kind of liked it. Let me know what you think, okay? Please like this video. Some of y'all watch and y'all don't be liking. But y'all comment, but like also. That's how people see my videos more. Subscribe if you haven't. I hope you got something out of this. Let me know what you think. And I will be doing a shorter video talking about collective energy for the week and things like that. Okay? All right. So I will see you guys again very soon. Bye-bye.